Good evening, everybody. Oh, good afternoon, even. Welcome to your Rangers review team news reaction video live from the Brann Stadium, where Chris Jack is there for us as we discuss Danny Rohl's first Rangers 11. Before we bring the graphic up, Chris, how goes it? You look like you're wrapped up tonight. Is it a chilly one over there in Bergen?
It's actually not too bad. When I was packing for the trip, I brought a big jacket because I thought it was 9 o'clock kickoff and it was going to be really cold here. I was only managed to landed here. We discussed it on our first night out and realised it was an earlier kickoff rather than 9 o'clock one, so it's not that bad, thankfully. So the staff are out, water's going on the pitch. Brann fans are making their way into the stadium. Rangers are here and we are here and we're good to go.
We are. So without much further ado, I think there's karaoke or something taking place behind you there. The PA is quite something, but hopefully we can hear you over that. But this is the team. Danny Rohl's first Rangers 11. Butland in goal. The back four of Tavernier, Giga comes back in. Suter and Magoma. A midfield of Raskin, Rothwell and Asgard. In the front three, Ant-Man, Gassama and Yusuf Chermiti comes back into the starting 11 for Rangers. On the bench tonight, Kelly, Aarons, Barron, Cornelius, Cameron, Miofsky, Emmanuel Fernandez, Moore, Rice, Curtis, McCallion and Danilo. So that is how Rangers shape up for the Charlie Miller derby. Your thoughts on tonight's team, Chris?
It's a Rangers side that should have enough quality to win this game, isn't it? It's a Rangers side that's got a lot of points to prove, individually and collectively. Just as the Rangers fans away to my left burst into the first rendition of the new Danny Rohl song. It's a Rangers side there. I said we spoke about it this morning. The importance of this game for Rangers. They need to take something. Ideally, they need to win the game just to really get them going in this competition. It's an attack-minded side. You're looking for Asgard, as we spoke about the other day there, to really push on to go and join that front three and go and try and contribute in the final third. We spoke about Chermiti this morning. A lot has been said about him this week. Also, Kevin Thelwell asked about him at the press conference. A big night for him. He has to produce a performance, and if he can get a goal, get himself off and running, hopefully that's enough to help get Rangers off and running under Danny Rohl.
Yep, a few comments coming in just on some of the personnel. Gordon Bain with the point says, big night for our number 9. It is. We discussed Yusuf Chermiti on the show this morning. And we need to start seeing him producing. This is one of the reasons he was brought to the club for nights like this. And let's hope he can deliver the goods. He's got the nod ahead of Bojan Miofsky. But it's all about service tonight, Chris. Whoever's led the line for Rangers, it wouldn't have mattered if you were Zlatan Ibrahimovic in your prime. If you weren't getting the service, as was the case this season, then the striker is pretty much dormant. So it's up to the likes of Ant-Man, Gassama, Asgard to some extent, as well as much to a lesser extent, I guess, Raskin and Rothwell to provide service for the man up front leading the line.
I think that we've had that conversation a number of times, pre-match videos, post-match videos, just during the week, discussing the fall of Rangers under Russell Martin. They did not create enough chances, they did not score enough goals, and ultimately then they don't win enough games. Danny Rohl spoke last night about looking for more intensity and really looking to see more from this side. It is early, as we discussed this morning. I don't think you can expect too much from them that's going to be wholly different, but you're certainly looking for that intensity. You're certainly looking for a bit more creativity. It is a big night for Chermiti. We spoke about Gassama this morning. No surprise that he starts. Obviously, the manager's shown his full faith in him. I think Ant-Man is the right choice on that right-hand side as well. So it is a Rangers side that's got enough quality to go and win this game. Can they do it? Well, fingers crossed.
Yep, and as well as at the front line, of course, which is important for Rangers tonight if they're going to get their first points on the board. The defence, as I touched on, Nasser Giga preferred to Derek Cornelius, who drops to the bench. Tomo veteran with the point. Giga has a big chance to prove the haters wrong. It's fair to say, well, when you initially came in, people were like, oh, this guy's got something about him, but he lost his place in the team, has looked ropey, certainly on the ball. But I just wonder if a new coach coming in and new instructions, making maybe things simpler for the players, that might help a guy like Nasser Giga, who I think, as an out-and-out defender, I've got no problems with him. Now, in the team lineup, I've got him on the right-hand side, which is where he has been playing when he has partnered John Souttar. It remains to be seen if that will be the case tonight. But as well as Chermiti, we touched on, Chris, big night for Nasser Giga, because it's fair to say he hasn't quite won over the Rangers fans just yet.
It's not been a good few weeks for him, has it? It's not been a good couple of months for him. I think there were signs really early on in the season that he looked promising. His form then took a downturn quite quickly. Slightly surprised at that call, I have to say. I think there's been, not to say that Souttar and Cornelius have been an absolute rocket at the heart of that centre, at the heart of that defence, but there's a better balance there with Cornelius being left-sided. Souttar, I think we've seen enough in his Rangers career to suggest that he's not that comfortable on that left-hand side, but it looks like, I think the way you've got it lined up there, I think that will be the way that Rangers go tonight. So a big night for Souttar, not to prove that he can play on that side. A bigger night for Giga, though, as you say. Really need to see what he's all about. Being brought into the club, big wages, a lot of faith put in him. If you've got that on your shoulders, nights like this are the occasions you have to perform in.
Absolutely is. And there was a comment a few moments ago saying it's the first time he's been excited for a Rangers game in months. And I sort of tend to agree. I've seen a lot of more, optimism, just a freshness perhaps. A new era might be starting tonight. I myself, I've got to say personally, I'm looking forward to tonight's game. I haven't been able to say that since... I can't quite remember the last time I looked forward to a Rangers game, to be honest. But do you get that as well, Chris? Do you sense that now get a proper, let's hope we've got a proper head coach in charge of this group of players, and it might be the start of a return to what we expect Rangers to be like, especially on European nights. Thursdays are said to be European nights after all.
There's definitely a different feel round about this fixture, not just because there's a different man in the dugout. It's obviously been a really hectic, busy, controversial at times couple of weeks since Russell Martin's departure. Rangers need to start winning games of football. That's the most important thing. This season has the potential to really snowball out of control in a negative way. It also has the potential for it to start again right now and to go on and be a real catalyst. Hopefully the appointment of Danny Rohl is that catalyst for Rangers. A win tonight reinvigorates them in the Europa League, hopefully gives them something to bounce into in terms of the weekend, and then league-wise it's going to be a really tall order, but who knows. And we've also got an Old Firm game coming up and
next week,
and that needs no introduction as well. So this game, this tie, it has to be a kickstart for Rangers. It has to be a springboard that they can move on from, and there does feel a different. I think there's a refreshed feel round about Rangers, and I'm certainly looking forward to watching a Danny Rohl side more than a Russell Martin side, because that sucked a lot of life and energy out of me, I have to say.
Yeah, I'm loving the tunes playing over the tannoy there at the moment. Love this from Headkeeper. He says, "Is Pete Tong a sub?" But yeah, good old tunes there by the tannoy announcer. Send him my best regards if you see him. Interesting point as well. I love the randomness of this. Colin Cooper gets in touch. I did say it was a Charlie Miller derby. He says, "Hey Derek, Robbie Winters is my DPD guy. He did play for Brann as well. He did play for Brann. He was a good player back in his day, was Robbie Winters, most notably at Aberdeen and the likes. But I was a big fan of him as back in the day, knew the way to go. And there you go. Now Colin's at DPD delivery guy. So there's the random fact of the day. Pedro and a few others getting in touch as well. Chris, he says, did your auntie buy you a pint, Chris? Did you have a shandy or two with him after the briefing this morning?
I don't drink before the game. Professional till the very end. Afterwards, it's a different story. We'll see what the night brings when we get back to the hotel later on. But no, I generally don't. I don't have a drink before the game. A bygone habit from a bygone era for some of the press boys. It doesn't happen these days. There's far too much to be getting through on a match day to be doing that. So I did catch up with him earlier on. So good to see him. He was in good spirits and also looking forward to the game. So nice to catch up with him and seen another few famous faces round about as well. So no, good everybody's in good spirits, as we just touched on, and as we always say, we just need Rangers to hold up their end of the bargain now.
Yeah, and it was good. I know you posted the video of the players getting off the team bus. Good to see the players and the coach getting off and not being booed. Well, the coach not being booed, which is a bit alien from what we've seen in recent weeks. But there you go. Hopefully that continues. Right, the team just once again, folks, before we wrap up, Butland, Tavernier, Giga, Suter, Magoma, Raskin, Rothwell, Asgard, Antman, Shermiti and Gassama on the bench tonight for Rangers. Liam Kelly is the sub-goalkeeper. And then they go with Aarons, Barron, Cornelius, Cameron, Miofsky, Fernandez returns. Moore, Rice, Curtis, McCallion and Danilo. Incidentally, those of you are interested in how Brann line up. They go, I'm butchering all these names, no doubt. Jingland in goal. It's a 4-3-3 for them. Deruva, Knudsen, the captain, Helland and Drogsness at the back four, Kornvig, Sorensen and Gudmundsson at the midfield. Matthijssen, Holm and Finney lead the line for them. So there you go. Hopefully Rangers can keep the Norwegians out and hopefully they can get 1 or 2 goals as well. We'll be on back at full time. Well, myself, I'll be joined by Johnny, who will join us upon the full-time whistle as Chris goes and gets the thoughts of Danny Rohl and whatever players are put up into the mix zone. But score prediction, Chris, before you go, how's it ending tonight, do you reckon?
I'll ride that wave of optimism that we've just spoken about over the last 12 minutes and I'll go for a Rangers victory and go 2-1. I
like that. I'll bite your hand off for that. I'm going to say 3-1. There you go. I'm going to be bold in my prediction, just as Pedro is here. So there you go. Right, that'll do us. Enjoy the game, folks. Remember, 5:45 kickoff for this one. Just under an hour. We'll be underway in the Brann Stadion, and then we'll be back on full time. Right. Until then, bye for now.